think I'm live this time. Are there any Tweekahs in the house? One, two so far. Here, let's get you revisit the shot of my steaming cup of coffee. Oh, delightful. Let's see this time if it works. We got one Tweekah in the house. Welcome, Dad. Let's see. I tried going live a minute ago and it didn't seem to work. So this is take two. Take two. Let's, yeah, screw it. Not important. How you doing today? I'm gonna grab my other phone. So I can follow on chats here. There we go. Oh, Jody in the house. Good to see you. Yeah. Get that coffee on. Get that coffee on. I already got mine ready. All right. It's the Saturday before Christmas. Not a Tweekah in the house. What am I talking about? This house is full of Tweekahs. Let's give people a minute to trickle in. Oh, it's been a busy week for a guy who has nothing to do. I've been getting unpacked. So today and yesterday were a little cray-cray. I'm a little exhausted. It's just after noon here. I need a coffee break. I need a lunch break. I need my union break, smoke break, bathroom break. Basically, I'm taking the rest of the day off, I guess. Well, we'll go for a little tour of my new settlement, my encampment. Still in process, but it's much better state than it was even this morning, and much more comfortable than it was even yesterday. I got my camp kitchen partially set up, mostly set up. I've been finding bits and pieces of my hi-fi system. I've been digging out some LPs, which is going to make up a good portion of the content of this tweak stream. At the relatives now. Relatives tweaking hard or what? We're gonna do music, a hard music tweak out. If you're up for it. Let's see what other victims of YouTube wander on in. Some sickness has descended upon the RV park here, so the coffee shop is closed. Am I at my relatives? No, I'm at... What? Are you at your relatives? Well, I'm related to Max, so technically this is his house, so I'm at his house. Yeah, I'm at my relative's house. No, I'm at home. This is my home, the RV park, where my RV is parked. Imagine that. So I've been unpacking my trailer. Yeah, let's go for a quick walk outside, because I'm gonna have to. I don't know. Battery power should be good. Let's see here. Let's give you the tour. The RV itself, the inside is in a state of chaos. That's why I titled the live stream AI generated. AI standing for absolute insanity. There's the old girl. So we'll give you the wide shot. Turn this thing around. Let's tighten it up here. Not working. Let's try this. Tighten it up in your trifold here. Okay, so let's flip you around. Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work. I chose the wrong phone, so I'm way here in a little corner, of heaven. There's really nothing and nobody around me. I got these little log tiny homes that they rent out during the summer. They're not winterized, so there's nobody staying in those. My nearest neighbor's way on the other side down there, and that's not an outhouse. That's a electrical junction station with a junction box in there. So I've got this whole corner of the park to myself. So that's empty, empty, empty. And there's kind of nothing in the corner there. And this is my compound. We got the power smoke, my trailer somewhat situated. I'm gonna have to start working on my truck sometime next week. So I'll nose the truck in between the trailer and the RV and start working on it from there. But we got the RV tucked in against the bush line. We're plugged in. So I got 100 I can use. And my 30 amp is connected in that thing there. I got a picnic table. I got a fire pit. There's a big steel fire ring I'm gonna go snag from another spot. There's some nice cedars here. A little space for storing stuff. I got my cooker, outdoor cooker, my little table. I got 2 picnic tables to work with. And yeah, so I got this little fire pit here. But I noticed these ones over by the cabins. These are really nice. So I'm going to be doing some. Like, look at that fire pit. That's a good cook pit. So I'm going to do some ribeye streaming from this fire pit. And then, yeah, so I got just enough room to walk around the RV. This is where my propane hookup is. I've been loading stuff out of the trailer, so there's some stereo components and whatnot in here. And if you remember, this was a stereo I bought. It's a turntable, receiver, and cassette, I believe. I've never tested it out to see if it even works, so we'll do that soon. And then there's a CD player and my Sony receiver in here. And the turntable, I believe, is in here, the good turntable. So I'll be unpacking that, getting that good to go. And still continue to organize the interior of the mobile tweak shack. So back inside the mobile tweak shack, there's lots of stuff to clean out of here. I've still got everything where I was basically in mobile mode. So I had RV parts and motor parts and engine parts and all the stuff I needed for my travel. So I'm cleaning that stuff out and just finding a place to store all that. I'm about halfway done. It'll be another half day's worth of work, possibly tomorrow. I found my guitar amp. Okay, so I got my practice amp on the counter there, and then got my Marshall amp. Found a bunch of my guitar and guitar accessories. The guitar's in the case down here. The place is a mess. The place, absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. But I like it. I love it. Gotta get more of it. I got my smokes. I got everything I need to live here. So that's all that matters. So let's see if we can get some bit of an angle. I found my LPs. Well, not found. I knew where they were. I just dug them out. So if you guys are game, we could go look at some records. So what I did is I moved my location because I was right beside the restaurant and cafe. Well, not right beside, but there was a row of people that's staying through the winter with their RVs, and I was kind of at the end of this row, and it was just a little too close to other humans. So I wanted to get out here, just be among the trees. There is another human across the way there, but he's a Tweekahs, so he shouldn't give me any issues. Peaceful, stress-free in the world's coldest outdoor kitchen. It's not even the coldest. I was looking at the weather back home. Actually, a friend of mine was telling me how nasty it was through the last few days back in Manitoba. So they had he's not a boomer, he's a millennial. He's worse than a boomer. Freaking millennial. And he went home to visit his relatives in Manitoba, no less. So he'll be back next weekend. So I don't even have a Tweekah out here to keep an eye on. Just me and Max. Because Pepper, he got out the other night, and I haven't seen him in a few days. So he's around. I've seen his footy prints, his filthy footy prints in the snow. But yeah, as far as this being the coldest outdoor kitchen, not even close. In Manitoba on Thursday, they got a winter storm. So dumped about 6 inches of snow. And high winds, so like blizzard, whiteout conditions. Temperatures were minus 27 degrees Celsius yesterday morning, or overnight, like Thursday to Friday morning. So minus 27, that's probably like minus 10 or something. Fester, just guessing. Minus 10, minus 12. 12 below, pardon me. And high winds forecast for the rest of this week, so kind of ground storm blizzard effect happening through the prairies. And this week here, it's been like spring. Last night was one of my friends here said it was getting a little crispy. And I think it got down to minus 7 Celsius overnight, which is, it's like plus 15 or something, or plus 10 Fahrenheit. So I can't even lay claim to being the coldest outdoor kitchen. It was very spring-like conditions all week. Yesterday was a gorgeous day. Sun was shining, hovering right around freezing for most of the day. Now I've got a southern exposure with the front of my RV, so lets the sunlight in. At the other side, it was pointed northwards, so I could have turned it southwards, but then my cord would have been on the wrong side, and I would have been facing my neighbor with my door, like the door to get in and out of the RV. So this is much better, much more secluded, much more private, much more quiet. I like it. So yeah, I figured I'd just come out and do a live. See who's in the mood for some festering. So come on into the Lorata waiting room. See if there's any badger sightings later on today. That'd be nice. Unless he's doing his Christmas shopping. Who does a badger have to shop for? But give me a second here. I'll dig out some LPs. Right, Max? You're excited for this, yeah? Let's do this real wrecking anything. I've been reorganizing all the stuff in my cupboards. Here's one box of LPs. So some of y'all might have seen some of this already if you've been watching faithfully. Occasionally you might miss a live stream where I share some of my music acquisitions. So you'll get to see all the vinyl that I've managed to pick up since the springtime. It was actually a pretty good amount. I'm pleased with the amount. I've been purchasing a lot more CDs. The CD collection is out of hand already. Out of breath already. So, where should we start? I told you guys about this one a while back, so I had to show it to you. David Lindley, Rayo X, Mercury Blues, the red Mercury Blues. Right, a bunch of white boys tweaking out. So that's one I had teased you with a while back. What's the matter, you? Welcome. So glad you could join us. Turn out the music. Yes, that's exactly it. Wake up and what do I see? A Tweekah running around the Christmas tree. Oh, it reminded me too. Did I tell you about the not open mic night, but we had a Monday night jam night last week, and I've got a song that's brewing. So I'm kind of excited about that. Now that my guitar is out, I can work out some lines and hopefully add some riffs. And I've kind of got the melody and rhythm. It's pretty tweaky. It's not ready for any kind of pre-release at this point. But yeah, the timing of it is I can start to develop some songwriting in the context of working with other musicians. So you bounce ideas off of them. They can come up with riffs and hooks and melody lines. The lyrics are mostly there. The melody is mostly there. And this is kind of uncharted territory for me because I've done some, not instrumental writing, but some melody writings. Not a lot, but this is kind of like a whole song that just dropped. And it was really as a result of a conversation with somebody here in the park. So it's not about boomers. It's not about 8 balls. It's not about Max. You'll see, or you'll hear, I guess. Well, I'm gonna find a place to put these after I show you. Okay. So some of you may, Brandon Mitchell in the house. Welcome, sir. I've got a whole concept album about you, what's the matter? A song won't just one song won't do it. Okay, let's see. These aren't in India. Oh, these are totally out of order. Now here's one I picked up in the springtime. Emerson, Lake and Palmer's First. I gave this a listen to when I was back in Grunthal, just once. I'll give it a listen again. It's pretty good, pretty good. You've seen this one, Johnny and Eggy together. I'm trying to remember if I've listened to this. This is mostly cover albums, cover songs. Can't remember if I gave that a listen or not. This one I haven't given a listen. Strangers in the Night. This was actually left behind in the house by the previous owner, as well as the next one. So UFO was Schenker and others. Who's singing on this one? Full tweak album art here. Let's see here. What can we find out here? This lineup is Andy Parker on drums, Michael Schenker on guitar, Paul Raymond on keyboards, guitar and vocals, Phil Moog on vocals, Pete Way on bass. and special friend and guitarist Paul Chapman. So there you go. UFO Strangers in the Night. So have not listened to that one. This one was left behind by the previous owner of the farm. I used to own this album. Let's see if it's actually the right album. Cover everything. Yeah, it's all scratched up. There's no sleeve. This one's probably junk. This one was left behind. Cars. I don't even know if I recognize any song. Panorama. Bananarama. You want to hear some Back in Black? Well, I've got it. We can slap in some AC/DC if that's your request. I think this was left behind, Pat Travers. Or did I get this at the auction? No, this was left behind. Have not listened to that. Likewise, this one, Foghat, Stone Blue. Have not listened to that. I haven't listened to the majority of these. You guys are gonna have to help me on this one. I've showed you guys these ones before. Hallelujah Sweat Hog. Anybody know anything about this band? They look like some right-on tweakers. The Hallelujah Sweat Hog, or Hallelujah by Sweat Hog. Who are these people? Lenny Lee on guitar. No, Lenny Lee on organ and vocals. Frosty on drums and percussion. BJ on guitar and vocals. And Dave Johnson, Brian Johnson's brother, on bass and vocals. So here's the bass player. That's Brian Johnson's brother. I'm not listening to that. I have no idea what that is. Nor this. So we're getting through the most bizarre titles first. Bob King, Armchair Enterprises presents. Where's that glare coming from? Skylight? Where's a better spot to? Let's see. Oh, where is it? Shut this off. Better? No. It's coming from up. Where is that glare coming from? How do I stop that? Bob King, a sandwich-looking man. Well, let's see. Let's see the song list here. There's a suggestion that this is Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo by Rick Derringer, the late great Rick Derringer is on here. Just found out this week that Rick Derringer did some guitar work with Kiss back in the day, the studio stuff. This version of Hallelujah is written by G. Zeckley, M. Bottler, and R. Twain. So it could altogether be a different Hallelujah. And it's pretty, it's not terrible. give that a listen to someday. Someday your time will come, Sweat Hog. Not today. I want to get back to this one. Who are these tweakers? Selections written and composed by Bob. But we got Ron Alderson on guitar, bass, steel guitar, bro. Reg Kellen on drums, Ron Healy, piano, Pat Carey, sax and clarinet. That's this. I got glared where I put you. Just coming from the phone itself, I guess. Who else is on this thing? Pat Carey, Dave Kramer on harmonica, Randy Hebert guitar, Tuzia Kozub, harmony vocals, Elena Zaramba, harmony, Mike Cusick banjo, Yogi Close, fiddle. This could be a bunch of breaking music or something. Song titles: I Am the Bat, Sandwich Like a Man, Real Estate Man, Late Night Country Music Rendezvous, My Baby Loves Me, Play Your Harmonica, Look Out St. Martin, Someone Left the Stable Door Open, Gonna Love My Baby, Just My Luck. That sounds horrible. Tucky Buzzard. You know, this is all in your top shelf top 10. All Right on the Night. We got Jimmy Henderson on lead, vocals and harp, Terry Taylor, lead, slide, rhythm, acoustic guitars, Dave Brown, bass and acoustic guitars, Chris Johnson. I guess that's Brian Johnson's other brother. And Ron Taylor on guitar. You'll have your day. Prism, Argameddon. Are these guys like a Canadian proggy band or something? We need mic number 1. Help us out here. Know nothing about Prism. Hookfoot, not Hogfoot, but Hookfoot. Communication. These guys are very. That's all they're giving you for album art as far as their features. Sleeves is blank. I have no idea who Hookfoot is. After listening to this, I probably won't care who Hookfoot is. Get back in your house. Hookfoot. Anybody ever heard of that shit? Never heard of Kentucky Buzzard, you know what everything goes backwards. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with some settings, adjustments here. Trust me, Eve, what is this? The Alan Parsons Project's Eve. Tweekahs. Anybody ever heard of this album? Monkeys. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. So yeah, these aren't even ones I've acquired. These are ones I've just here in New England. No idea what this is. Night at the Ash Grove. Evening of coffee house music. Featuring Bud Shield, Travis Edmondson, Barbara Dane, Rolf Kahn, and Lynn Gold. This one has some potential. Got some real sweet potential. Okay, now I'm starting to recognize some ones that I've actually bought here. Okay. Let's sort these out. Fudge. Let's grab a stack here. These are the ones I bought in the springtime. Fairly cheap. So we got Johnny Winter's Saints and Sinners. I think I've given this a listen to. Produced by Rick Derringer. This one, Johnny Winter, Still Alive and Well. Produced by Rick Derringer. I think I gave this one a listen. Maybe John Dawson Winter III. Produced by Shelly Yakus. Not old Rick. Justin in the house. Larata to you too on this wonderful Saturday. Edgar Winter Group. This one I think is even featuring Rick Derringer. Now we got Ronnie Montrose. I think Derringer. This is one with Frankenstein. I think I gave that one also. This one was cheap, so I'll pick that up. Meatloafs. Everybody knows about that one. And found a bunch of Uncle Joe. Joe Walsh. This one. It's kind of tweaky. It's a poster, movie poster board. Loophole for rolling your marijuana cigarettes. Your cannabises. The smoker you drink, the player you get. Ain't that the truth? I think I listened to that one. Joe Walsh, but seriously, this one's got Down on the Farm. That's a good one. I like that too. Oh no, this one doesn't have. What is that one? Got two. Down on the Farm. It's on one of these. One of these show Walsh on it. Oh, I think it's on here. Yeah. There goes the Neighborhood. Pick this one up. Sometime back in the last winter, early spring. Joe Walsh Live. Listen to this one. This is a good one. James Gang Live in concert. I think I listened to that one. Here's another one that I inherited from the previous owner, Bo Diddley. I gave this a listen to, but it skips pretty bad. Daily in the house, Justin in the house. Come on in there. Come on in. We're just looking at records. I got no other content. These vinyls that I've acquired. Some of you have seen this. We started off with David Lindley. That's one of my more recent acquisitions. El Rayo X. Coffee's got to be cold by now. Coffee's cold. And my lungs are just crying out for smoke. So I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of organization system for all this music here. Okay, here. We're not done with the winters. Got Edgar Winter's White Trash. And I believe this is a white album, live album. Featuring Rick Derringer this time. I can't remember if I gave this a listen to or not at this point. We'll get around to him someday. What's this? Oh yeah, yes, got more of that. You guys remember seeing this old man here? Uncle Alice, who of course went to hell. I think I gave this a listen to. This is one of my favorite Alice's albums. This one I picked up in the springtime. Tammy Wynette's Greatest Hits. Tammy was some kind of singer back in the day. I think you guys seen this one. Frampton Comes Alive. Have not listened to this yet. There's a lot of tunes on here. Yeah. Double album. So this is lots of musics here. This one has a Freaky Gatefold too. A big poster. Old Pete. Boy. I don't know these other musicians in his lineup here. Got a hold of Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards. Have not gotten around to listening to this yet. This one's got Easy Living on it. The Wizard. As well, I think at the same time I picked up the best of Uriah Heep. So he's got Look at Yourself, Gypsy, Easy Living, Love Machine. This will be a good one. This is one I picked up. I think I might even have a couple of copies of this. Free for All. Mr. Neat. Actually, let's keep. All my uncles are here. Uncle Ted, Uncle Joe, Uncle Alice. I picked up some more Uncle Teds not too long ago, so we'll put those together. I'll show you all my teddies at one time. Yeah, because I just picked up a few the other day. Pretty tweaky. Or last time I was in Winnipeg. let's go back to the proggy stuff. So I showed you ELP's first one. Well, I've got Trilogy as well. I've given this a listen to. This here was the first one we pulled out of the box. Emerson, Lake and Palmer's first. What is it even called? It's just ELP. And then Trilogy. And then we've got Pictures at an Exhibition. I think I've listened to this one. And then we've got Parkus. I don't think I've listened to the album, but I've listened to it on YouTube. Max, somebody thinks you look sweet. It's causing nothing but trouble all week. He broke his leash. I had him tied up. Daly thinks you look sweet. I think you look like a terror. Just getting some rest. And then, of course, brain salad surgery. So I think that's the extent of my ELP LPs. Alright, so this stack is ready to fall over. Don't touch the records, okay? What else? So let's finish off this box here. Then we get to some other stuff. So back in the spring, I had acquired this one, Eat a Peach, by the Allman Brothers. I've given this a listen to. It's pretty good, gotta say. Oh, there's a few more that I inherited, some real tweaky ones. Gary Newman, Pleasure Principle. I don't know what any of you can tell me about that. It looks like shit, but who knows. K-Tel's Powerhouse Hits. Yeah, there's some potential here. It's some real tweaky 70s stuff. But there's Lorelei by Styx is on here. Billy Ocean, Earth, Wind and Fire. Yeah, some real Roxy music. And some pretty wild stuff there. This was another one, Traveling On with the Weavers. I think this is pretty folksy stuff, but who knows. Vanguard. Powerhouse must be good. Oh yeah. This is one I had when I was just a wee lad. So this was at my parents' house. Sound Explosion. Got Toto, Hall & Oates, Rick Springfield, Streetheart, What Kind of Love Is This? Chilliwack, Steve Miller, Huey Lewis, Bob and Doug McKenzie is on here, Take Off, Soft Cell, Air Supply, Anne Murray, Cliff Richard, 10cc, Sheena Easton, Juice Newton, Bertie Higgins. And here's another K-Tel release, Countdown. What's on here? Juice Newton, America, The Motels, Billy Squire, Kim Carnes, Sheena Easton, Michael Murphy, Air Supply, Barry Manilow, Paul Davis, Blondie, Island of Lost Souls. Okay. Surrender, the Daz Band, Let It Whip, Kool and the Gang, Ray Parker Jr. and Joe Jackson, Stepping Out. This one was released 1983. Oh, this music is good. This one is one I inherited too. Oh no, this one is just a sleeve. There's no vinyl here. These are just covers. These are just junk. What else here? What the hell is this? Neon Work LP inside cover that doesn't match. For that. This one I acquired, gave this a listen to. This is amazing. Slade Alive. This one kind of inspired the whole stage performance of Kiss, and I've said this before, Andy Edwards, you want to attack Kiss, well you may as well attack Slade, because they're the exact same thing, just a catchy riffs, singable choruses, stir up the crowd, party band, like they're the same. You may as well say Kiss Alive on there. Didn't Kiss do a thing called Alive? I think so. Uh, 75% is here. Hardwood record cap. Ooh. Nice. That's what I grew up on, those old cabinets with just a turntable, a receiver, and a built-in amplifier. This thing's rocked out pretty hard. So last time I was in town at the record shop, or at the thrift store, I found some vinyl. Bonnie Tyler, Faster Than the Speed of Night. This one's got her big hit on there, whatever it was, Total Eclipse of the Heart. I like that song. I've got more of this band, so let's put that aside. Sort this out. Then I think this was on the last trip to the record store as well. Uncle Ted, Cat Scratch Fever, and these ones at the thrift store were actually in really good condition. So I think they were $3 a piece. So I got that Uncle Ted. I think there's more Uncle Ted here too. Buried. Okay, that's a weird one. But it seemed like it was worth $3. I got Nugent. This is more recent. When was this? It's like 90s or something. When was this released? 1982. Yeah, he's still looking pretty young there. Haven't listened to that. Well, I just got it. I showed you this one a minute ago. Free for All. Little tweaky cover art. Gonzo going bananas here. I gave this a listen to. This is altogether decent. What else we got? This one is just called Ted Nugent. So we've got Stranglehold, Stormtroopin', Snakeskin Cowboys, Motor City Madhouse. So some pretty good hits on this one. This is another thrift store. Yeah, see, I thought I had doubles of some, so I got two cat scratch feeders. I think this one's in real shitty condition. Or one of the ones I had is all garbage. The one from the thrift store was good. State of shock. Salsaur, Snake Charmer. Hits you recognize off of that. Have not listened to this. This was at the record store. And the only reason I picked this up is because this was somewhat of an inspiration to the Alice Cooper Band, especially on the School's Out album, which I have on CD. We'll give that a listen to. Just something to have. $3. What the heck? You guys need to help me with this one. I don't know why I bought this, but the Son of Schmilson. Anybody? Anybody? It says recommended for a mature audience. A Nilsson House production. So this is Harry Nilsson. Take 54, Remember Christmas, Joy, Turn on Your Radio, You're Breaking My Heart, Spaceman, The Lottery Song, At My Front Door, Ambush, I'd Rather Be Dead, The Most Beautiful World in the World. So I was just kind of captivated by the cover. It was just so damn tweaky. So Son of Schmilson. Harry Nilsson. Who knows what I bought. This one was missing some cardboard, but we got Blondie, Parallel Lines. So hanging on the telephone one way or another, picture this, fade away, radiate, pretty baby, I know but I don't know, 11:59, will anything happen, Sunday Girl, Heart of Glass, gonna love you too, just go away. So that one's in very good condition as well. And here's the second box. Oh, there's... So, I think I got this on CD as well, Jeff Beck Truth. But I got that nice Jeff Beck box set on CD. So, Jeff Beck with the Jan Hammer Group. Have not listened to that. I don't know if there's any more Jeff Beck in here. Jimi Hendrix Experience, it's all scratched up. It's not very good condition. I paid too much for this. Electric Ladyland, 2 LP set. I don't think I listened to this one. I picked up a couple of Hank Williams, the Immortal Hank. And Hank Williams' Greatest. Have not listened to these, but familiar with a bunch of it. This one was picked up in the springtime. Patsy Cline's Greatest Hits. There's some good ones on there. Streetheart, I think this one was left behind. at the previous house in Grunthal. Yeah, Canadian rockers from the prairies, street heart. So this is hard rocking by a bunch of soft looking guys. Like look at these tweakers. I mean, I don't know. They don't look like rock and rollers. They look like they look like university dropouts from 1981 or something. I don't know. Oh, here's the inside sleeve from $1 Billion Babies. I don't know why this is loose. I picked up a copy of $1 Billion Babies, but it's fucked. What else? Molly Hatchet. I think I picked this up in the spring. Flirting with Disaster. That's a great tune. I haven't listened to the album yet. Like, compare Street Heart to these badass looking guys. Like, these guys look like they'd just tear you apart for asking for a cigarette. Like, they all just look mean. Let's see what you guys are saying. Not too many scratches. We'll play skip stuff like on a record. Yeah, CDs are great. It's just a sleeve. This one. These were picked up in the springtime. Johnny Cash, the Orange Blossom Special, as well as Live at San Quentin. Don't think I listened to those, but I do have the Johnny Cash Greatest Hits on CD I picked up. So these ones are nothing to see there. Seen this one, ZZ Top Fandango, that I got in the spring. Used to listen to this album over and over and over when I was just a wee lad. When I was just a wee tweaker. I like that one. Half live, half studio. Abbey Road, I picked this one up a while back. Yeah, I picked it up with my fucked up copy of $1 Billion Babies. So I think I got like both of them for $10 or something. I like Abbey Road. I'm not a big Beatles fan, but I like Abbey Road. Aqualung, I think this was left behind at Grunthal. There's no sleeve in there. It's actually in pretty good shape. I should stick a sleeve on there before it gets messed up. This one, I think, was left behind at Grunthal. Green Police, as well as Live at Budokan. Or maybe I picked this one up. I can't remember. I don't have a lot of Cheap Trick. And then, yeah, more Uncle Alice. I picked this one up in the summertime. But I also found it on CD, so I've been listening to it on CD. This one has the cover art. I'm not going to pull it out, but there's a calendar of Alice Cooper. This kind of when the Alice Cooper band became Alice Cooper, the person. This guy here kind of became the front man and focus of the group. Ooh, we got more Slade here. Namely, Slade. Slade by Slade. I just picked that one up this fall, so I haven't listened to that. Same time I picked up this, Black Oak, Arkansas. I'd rather be sailing. I can't remember if I listened to that or not. I might have. Okay, so we got Fragile. Yes, this was a recent purchase, sometime in the fall. I think I got that on. No, I don't have a CD. And then I had picked this up in the spring. This is a triple live album, but there's only two vinyls in here, so I got scammed. I gave this a listen to, at least what's here. There's supposed to be 3 vinyls in here, and I can only find 2. That was disappointing. This one is in near mint condition. Love it to death. Picked that up as a standalone from a private seller. I think it was 15 bucks or something. Maybe 10. I can't remember. But, that was a good acquisition. I had that one as a child, developing child. Jackson Brown I found at the Planet of Sound for $15. We're running on empty. I've not listened to that yet. This one too, likewise Planet of Sound. Never had it on vinyl. And it seemed to be in pretty decent shape, so I figured what the heck, for 20 bucks, why not? I think I showed you guys this one. Frankie. Overnight Sensation. Dad's going to be tweaking on this one. So this one's got Camarillo Brillo, I'm the Slime, Dirty Love, 50/50, Zombie Wolf, Dynamo Home, and Montana. He often likes quoting that Montana. Cheech and Chong, The Wedding Album. Why are there 2? So this one's got Earache My Eye on it. That's a good one. I gave that a listen to. 38 Special Tour de Force. This I picked up with a bunch of albums from a private buyer. I think they threw this in for free when they realized I was paying too much. I guess they had some sympathy on me. Oh, this one I've listened to, Black Oak, Arkansas, Street Party. This one's pretty good. I like it. While we're on the theme of Black Oak, Arkansas, Raunch and Roll Live. Let's pull this out. I think the cover tells you all you need to know. Jim Bandy. Jim Bandy looks a little dandy. Again, that was at the Planet of Sound for $12. If you're just joining us, I'm just working through my LP acquisitions since the springtime. Now we're getting into some albums I had got at the auction back home. So this was part of a set. I think I got like 12 albums for 60, 70, 80 bucks or something like that. It's probably 80 or 90 bucks. So this was one of them. Cars, their debut. So this one's got a few hits on there. I better start another stack here. Max is just zonked. Holy smokes. Power napping. I've shown you guys this one before. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Deja Vu. Have not listened to it. So. This one was part of the mix. Harlequin. Victim of a Song. Harlequin, another Canadian prairie band. Saskatoon or Winnipeg or something. Scorpions, Love at First Sting. The Shermans. Very racy artwork that came out when I was just a wee impressionable lad back in 1984. 13-year-old Brent running around the junior high school, tweaking out, listening to Scorpions. Todd Rundgren, something that was also part of that auction lot. All these were part of that. I got the Hollies were in that stack of records. The hits of the Hollies, as well as another Todd Rundgren, Zootopia, another live album. This was in there, Pat Benatar. It's on here, Heartbreaker. Don't know much else what's on. I don't recognize. Styx, The Grand Illusion was part of that purchase, that auction lot. Leonard Skinner, Give Me Back My Bullets, that was part of it. And then this was really the only reason I was bidding on it at all, is because they had Black Sabbath Sabotage in there, so I'll be able to give that a spin one of these days very soon. A lot of my Black Sabbath that I've been picking up has been on CD, but found Sabotage. We got this at the Planet of Sound. It was 25 bucks, but the Birds, Sweetheart of the Rodeo. Eh? How about that one, eh? And then here's the last of the stack. Let's see, pull it out for a shot. And some books mixed in, just to prevent them from all shuffling around in these packing boxes. What the hell? Ooh, I know what that is. Alice Cooper, Flush the Fashion. That was picked up at Dooley's record store. Dooley Records in Winnipeg. What did I pay for that? I forget. It's probably like 10 bucks or something. And then for 11 bucks, Muscle of Love. Very much like that album. I like it. I like it a lot. And then there's another used record store in Winnipeg called Into the Music, I believe. Is that where I got this? This was $18.50, the flying burritos. Close up the honky tonk. I wonder if this might even be the same one I got on CD now. I found a CD version, I think, of that, so, which I very much like. This one I picked up at Into the Music as well. Mother Mania, the best of the mothers of invention. And then, yeah, this was a pile of LPs that the ad was for just a bunch of classic LPs, and so I think I paid $2 or $3 a piece for these Breakfast Club. So that was thrown in with that 38 special. Chicago 2? What is this? Where is this Greatest Hits? Greatest Hits. I think I have this on CD now too. This is Chicago. You're gonna have to help me. Is this Chicago, like their debut? No, Chicago 3. I don't know how you'd know that. The Police, Synchronicity. And then the last one to show you for today, well, the second last one, Flash Gordon by, of course, Queen. But then there's this one that's been riding with me through my travels. Dear Old Frank with Chunga's Revenge. $17 at Planet of Sound. So yeah, that's all the vinyl I've been able to get my filthy little farmer fingers on in the last 9, 10, 11 months or so. So there's quite a lot to listen to. And then you've been seeing the CDs that I've been buying at a furious rate as well. I've had a chance to listen to pretty much all my CDs. So we're not going to go through all those. But yeah, I figured on a Saturday afternoon, tweak out, have a little bit of music-oriented content. Great stack of classic tweak, yes. No, I'm pretty happy with what I've started out with here. Got some potential, some listening enjoyment. Keep me going for quite some time. So back in the box with you, scoundrels. So now that I'm in my new location, my new digs in south central British Columbia, I'll have to start sourcing the used record stores, start looking on Marketplace, who's got the tunes I need. Start hunting down some more hot tracks. All the while, started listening to these ones. So yeah, there's quite a collection growing here already. Full box right there. This box is going to be liftable after this. Boxes have seen better days. These guys go in here. There. All just kind of fit. Sort of. Maybe. Well, there you have it. Let's see what y'all are saying here. Yeah, Max is ready to tweak out. He doesn't look like it, but he is ready to rock and roll. I am ready for a nap. So now I gotta organize this place that I can fit all the stuff that I want in my living space. It's quite the project. I'm a little not overwhelmed, but perplexed at why I brought so much shit with me here. I suppose I could have left some stuff behind in storage, but I really don't have space to house all the stuff I brought with me. Yeah, there we go. So until I find some storage solution, I guess I'm going to be holding on to that trailer for quite some time, because that is my storage facility as of right now. I'm not going to show you the inside of the trailer. It's pretty scary. So I don't know about whether a bigger RV is a solution, or get a job and find a place to live. So we'll see. I don't know what my plans are. If you recall, at the start of this tweaker project, I was thinking of traveling around. We're gonna make some more coffee right now. I was intending to see whether this RV would handle better highway travel through the winter, and I was gonna travel around and be working on that meme coin project, the tiny coin, in search of Tweekahs that were involved in tiny home and sustainable living, and you would search out some intentional communities or people of that sort that were doing some regenerative farming, off-grid living. And I don't think this thing is going to be suitable for that task. At least not in the winter. In the summertime, sure, but I don't want to be breaking down with this thing every 100 miles in the winter. So this season here, we're just gonna be focused on getting integrated into the community here in BC, meaning the town and whatnot. There's plenty of opportunities to do shit here. So, but yeah, a bigger RV might be the solution. I don't know. Iced, unintentionally iced coffee. So let's get some absolutely insane hot coffee going. After all, this is AI generated. Join a commercial fishing operation. No. That, you almost sound like a boomer with that, offering advice that wasn't even asked for. Are you a boomer? What's the matter with you? You say you were born in 83, but I'm thinking it might have been 63. Commercial fish operation. What would I do in a commercial fish operation? What do I know about commercial fish? Yeah, answer me that. Like, explain your rationale there. I could gut fish. Yeah, I guess I never thought of that. You do raise a good point there. Why I would want to gut fish? Well, that's another matter. Well, yeah, I could gut fish. There's always that. But where I'm located, it's not so much of a fishery or a commercial fishing economy. I'm about 4 or 5 hours from the coast here, where I would expect that kind of economic activity, but this town is very much throw some garbage in the garbage. This town is more tourism and logging and agriculture. Or at least the area. The area is plenty of agriculture going on, mostly ranching, not so much orchards and vineyards. That's farther south in the Okanagan Valley. Here we're kind of right on the edge of Wells Gray Park, which has some amazing hiking and wilderness camping opportunities. There's apparently some of the most spectacular waterfalls, or the greatest number of waterfalls in one park area. So that's going to be interesting to explore someday. Get around to checking out the waterfalls and mountain climbing and hiking here. And it's pretty quiet around the resort right now, but the word is that during the summertime the place is just packed out. There's 100 camping sites, as well as bungalows and like motel rooms to rent. At the beginning of the stream I showed you those little log cabins. They're just slightly bigger than that A-frame that I was staying in back in Grunthal. And so this is a pretty hopping place in the summertime. So I don't know if I'm looking forward to that or dreading that. But there's potential. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next. Be researching Sasquatch there. Well, yes. Not a lot of money in that, unfortunately. Yeah, cold, hard work. That's the last thing I'm looking for. Daily is kind of spitting truth here. Cold, hard, yucky work. I mean, my filthy farmer fingers, like how much filthier do you need them to get? All right, we almost have coffee here. I guess I could wear gloves. Quite possibly they may provide gloves, so I wouldn't get my fingers that filthy. But one of the things I do want to focus on is this musical bullshit, as far as doing a little bit of songwriting and practicing and playing guitar. I'm really down. That's really the only instrument I have left. I got rid of keyboards, I had a mandolin, got rid of my acoustic guitar. I just got that electric Squire Telecaster that I got in the summertime back home. And now, through this winter, I think I'll have time to dedicate to actually exploring that musical creativity and develop that somewhat. So that's really the project that I'm interested in, as well as there's potential for work here at the resort. There's lots of stuff they could use a hand with. It's pretty quiet right now, so it's kind of shut down time. Well, I am a rock star. I just, basically an AC/DC cover band. Yeah. That's more or less what I pitched to the folks at the jam night. Like the plan is, so we had this jam night on Monday. Today's Saturday of all days. So on Monday we got together. One of the ladies here at the resort who works here, she wanted to organize it. So I had met her the previous week, so she said, come on out. So I came on out, and then a few other people showed up, and then her son and daughter-in-law showed up, and a couple other people from the resort here. And we had just a time of just fooling around. And but the vision is to start rehearsing, get a song list together, or a set that we could play during the summertime, because there's a nice little covered, it's not an amphitheater, but there's a nice little shelter where you could have a stage and seating for an audience and do live shows during the summer. So we'll see what becomes of that. I have some ideas for a live act. I'm not going to spring them on you here. I want to pitch this to the lady who was organizing the jam night. But the plan is to meet every Monday evening, as long as I guess there's interest and momentum to keep it going, and just put together a group of musicians and start developing a stage act that we could perform in the summertime here at the resort, and possibly elsewhere. Like there's a few venues in town where they do live music during the summer season, like the height of the tourist season. A lot of the businesses are shut down. Like there's a bangin' barbecue just down the road, just outside the gate of the RV park here. But they're shut down for the winter. So there's places right around town here that we might be able to book into if it ever gets to that. And so we'll see if I can make a contribution with that whole shit show. I mean, I'm way out of practice. I was mostly just strumming chords and offering some rhythm with the egg shaker. But yeah, the AC/DC cover band, it's coming to a town near you. What's the matter, you? All your favorites. You Shook Me All Night Long. I know you like that one. Hell's Bells, all your favorites. I told him I was more into like the at the jam night. Everybody's more laid back, folksy kind of Hotel California type vibe, and I'm more like I'm more of a Motorhead, AC/DC, Black Sabbath kind. So I'll bring the dark undertones to your folksy rhythm and blues kind of vibe there. So yeah, there's no urgency to jump into anything at this point, other than get my living space organized. The the restaurant at the resort is actually shutting down until January 5th. So tonight is their last night. So I think I'll go grab a meal there for my dinner. Time it is just after 2, quarter after 2. Yeah, so they open at 4. I think they're 4 till 10 or something like that. Amazing food. The food here is just fabulous. And the coffee shop, you know, it's all home baked stuff. Sourdough bagels and biscuits, and it's just amazing food. Gotta watch. I don't spend too much just on the food that's here. That I gotta cook for myself a little bit. Watch the food budget. But yeah, after tonight, the restaurant will be and cafe will be closed until I think January 5th after the holidays. So I will have to fend for myself. But yeah, it's a nice place to spend the winter for sure, and the temperatures have been real mild. Last night was the first real chilly night. It wasn't chilly in here, but it got cooler outside. It's -7 Celsius, so like I said, that's somewhere around 15 degrees fester. Yeah, I gotta bring the darkness. I gotta release the darkness into the light all around me. That's kind of my main focus here. Speaking of darkness, like where's that black-hearted French woman? Black-hearted Rebecca. She hasn't darkened the doors of this YouTube channel in quite a few weeks. Let's see, guess what I have though? A green candy cane. All right, so what's the matter? Used tweaking on a, is it cannabis flavored or why is it green? Is that some new boomer thing that's popular with all the kids now? So I don't know, but What's the Matter You claims it's quite good. Oh, spearmint green apple. Spearmint? Oh, Daly is asking, is it spearmint green apple flavored? Or spearmint green, okay. Could be watermelon. Just saying. Christmas watermelon canes. Or is it avocado flavored? Oh, Pacific Northwest. I'm not sure what you guys are ingesting there. But yeah, I'm not much of a candy person either. I like chocolate, but not so much hard candy. Max, he's not into candy at all. So that's it. I don't have much more on this shit show. It was just in the process of my unpacking stuff, came across these boxes, so I figured for those of you who hadn't seen the record collection as I introduced it in bits and pieces, there you have the whole catalog in one sitting. Maybe if someday we'll do the CDs in one sitting. That's a big box of CDs there. And I got a couple of little boxes packed away here too somewhere. So we have cannabis jellies. Just can't be getting super high anymore. It's lost its appeal somehow, question mark. Can hardly believe it. I'd have the phonograph set up already. Well, just looking around my space, I'm having trouble figuring out where I'm going to situate the hi-fi. I think like here, I kind of partially have, like I got some speakers in this corner and speakers at the front corner you can see back there, and then all this junk that I gotta deal with. Oh, or a low battery. Let me plug you in here. Which charger? Which charger? This charger. Let's get some power here. Are we charging? Hope so. Think so. Try that again. So I've got this area above the the cab, but I'll have to, I think, make a platform across here because I don't have a ton of depth to stack all my hi-fi equipment where this box is. So I could have all my turntable and receiver and CD player there, and then run speakers there, and I can even add speakers somewhere at the back to have some proper surround sound. But I gotta figure out this space here because this deck here actually needs to be replaced. This was water damaged previously. It was like this when I picked it up. So this whole thing is going to be replaced. So I don't know whether to do that first or wait till springtime before working on this. I don't know how much work I'm going to get done on the RV renovation itself through winter. We'll see. We'll see. Again, nothing is urgent at this point, other than, as Dad points out, yeah, get that record player set up. So I think I could just put another sheet of plywood up there, just so I have some space to work with. Because I got this little shelf area here, but it's kind of handy for a catch-all. I mean, I gotta clean up all this junk too, but to have my kettle and toaster and coffee all set up here, and I don't really, it's not great to, I was thinking of having the turntable up here, but then there's not really enough room for the receiver turntable, and then the speakers would be way up at the front. So this is not a great spot to put the sound system. So I think it's got to be up front here, but I got to get some materials to lay across this opening here so that I can actually have a a solid, sturdy spot for the turntable, and make sure it doesn't get any further damage. I think there are still some. Well, yeah, this skylight or this vent is leaking, so I got to deal with that. But this whole ceiling area is going to be recovered. So I'll be using some pine siding, I believe, depending on what I can source here locally. But it seems like there's adequate supply of tongue and groove siding, or even rough lumber, all kinds of stuff that I could pick up here, so fairly cheap. So there's projects to do, but mostly it's getting all the stuff that doesn't need to be in the RV out of here. And so, as I said, the whole back area is full of stuff that I was using in my travels, like Home Depot buckets and that big garbage pail, and those boxes are full of engine parts and RV parts. So I gotta kind of put everything in its place, get it organized, and whatever doesn't need to be in the RV has got to go into the trailer or into storage somewhere. So it's just a process. I've been here 2 weeks now, and just yesterday and today I started on the actual unpacking, because I didn't move to this spot until Thursday morning. So I got into this campsite, this pull-in site, Thursday morning, because I picked up a new coil for the RV. Truck was running like shit too, and so I needed to get the vehicles powered up just to move them over here. And I lost my smokes already. Didn't I just open the pack? Yeah. Oh yeah. We got the return of course, the ginormous lighter. Let's see here. Light lots of cigarettes with that thing. It's like a liter of lighter fluid in there. For you Americans, a liter is a quart. So it's a slow, painful, absolute insanity process. And Max hasn't been helping for shit. But that's not necessarily his function, so that's all right. Let's see. As long as I got my smokes and my coffees and my cookies, we're doing good. Don't drop that thing. Well, I'm wearing steel-toed runners, so yeah, this was acquired at the Canadian Tire. That's our, well, you don't have an American version of Canadian Tire, I guess. How would I describe Canadian Tire? Well, it's basically a Canadian institution now that's been taken over by China. So it's a hardware store that's been around at least since I was born. I don't know. And it's just growing and growing and growing. And so I think it actually has more GDP than the nation of Canada itself. sort of like Tim Hortons. It grew very big and then became shitty. And Canadian Tire never became shitty, other than it's just a bunch of stuff from China. So, but you can buy these big honking lighters there. So that's a good thing. It's because we got Walmart up here, we've got Home Depot, we've got all the major American chains, but you guys don't have the Canadian Tire. So I don't think there's an American equivalent for Canadian Tire. It's our version of a box store in hardware. So if you've never been to Canada, you wouldn't have heard of it. If you have been to Canada, they're freaking everywhere, man. Every little podunk town has got one. So, except for this town, it's a little too small, but yeah, go traveling around Canada, you're gonna find Canadian Tires. And if you're in need of big ass lighters, you need to stop in. But I'm sure you could probably find something at Harbor Freight. Just saying. Went to Harbor Freight while I was down in the States, but I wasn't too impressed. I mean, I didn't buy anything. I didn't spend too much time looking around, but I didn't realize it's all tools. I thought there was hardware as well, but it's just tools. So I wasn't particularly in the market for tools the day I was walking around there, but for some reason I had a higher anticipation that they were gonna blow me away, but I wasn't blown away by Harbor Freight. So I'll check it out next time I'm down there, but I don't really need anything in the tool department at the moment. So. Canadian Tire, they have their own tool line, Mastercraft tools, lifetime warranty. So they're good with the hand tools and automotive stuff. If you're ever in the neighborhood, ever in Canada, stop in. You'll be glad to see you, eh? But yeah, I think I'm tweaked out for Saturday. I think I'm gonna join Max, use him as a pillow, his big fat ass, take me a little nap, and then continue drinking coffee for the rest of the day and night. And maybe smoke a couple more cigarettes. Yeah. So there you have it. Comfy and cozy in the RV with my LPs. And yeah, I kind of run out of things to say. So I think we'll call it another one done. So thank you all for coming. Thanks for leaving. Catch you on the next one.